mile and a quarter, and Vijack is in, and they're all in line. We are ready for the start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. Java's War was off to a slow beginning. A good start for Verrazano and Falling Sky. Falling Sky is the early leader, and now it's My Lucky Day, and coming through on the inside is Golden Sense, and Palace Malice is right up there too in the early mix as well. Then it's Oxbow to the inside. Vijack is on the far outside. In behind them comes Long Shot Giant Finish, Crack Daddy Extreme outside. Then will take charge. Normandy Invasion rides the rail as they begin that wild scurry into that first turn. And then it's going farther back to overanalyze. Lines of Battle is right there to the outside of horses. Golden Soul. And then comes Orb, who is third last as they make their way to the backstretch. Ahead of My Lute and Rosie Napravnik. Revolutionary and Calvin Burrell are on the rail, and slow starting Java's War. A 45.5 mile. An extremely fast pace set by Palace Malice and Mike Smith, who lead the way up the backstretch. And an unexpected early leader here is Palace Malice. Verrazano is 3 lengths behind, running in second. Vijack, Oxbow, and Gary Stevens are on the rail. And Kevin Krieger has Golden Sense off the pace today. He's fifth as they move for the far turn. Then Normandy Invasion, followed by It's My Lucky Day. Down toward the inside is Charming Kitten. After that comes Giant Finish. Nothing yet from Orb. He's still about 15th, but he begins to move up on the far outside. Palace Malice is the leader. He's set a torrid pace so far, and the pack is catching up quickly. Through on the inside is Oxbow, and Normandy Invasion is storming home, and they're into the stretch, and Normandy Invasion has taken the lead on the outside. Orb is coming with giant strides in the center of the track. And here comes Orb on the outside, now to take the lead as they come down to the 16th pole. It is Orb in front from Normandy Invasion, My Lute, and Golden Soul between horses, down to the wire. Orb has won the Kentucky Derby for Shug McGaughey. It was Golden Soul. Revolutionary came late on the inside, and then it was Normandy Invasion, and it was Orb today in the Derby. His final time was 2 minutes 2.89 seconds.
And congratulations to Joel Rosario, who guided Orb to victory. And you saw the acclaim for Shug McGaughey, the Hall of Fame trainer, who finally gets his Kentucky Derby win. He had won everything else. He always says he lets the horse tell him if he's going to come to the Derby instead of forcing a horse to the Derby. Very patient. He waited patiently for his first Derby win, and now his career is complete. Lexington, Kentucky native who grew up around the Kentucky Derby, grew up following it, and now Shug McGaughey is Kentucky Derby winning trainer. And for the Janneys and the Phippses, two of the scions of American racing, the bloodlines they've nurtured over all these years have paid off in the form of Orb, the first Kentucky Derby winner for all. Orb, Long Shot Golden Soul, Revolutionary, and Normandy Invasion.
And what a beautiful ride for the hottest young jockey in America, Joel Rosario. The game plan coming in had been for Orb to be mid-pack, maybe a little closer, but the pace was torrid. The first 6 furlongs, 1:09 and 4/5 seconds. So as a result, Rosario placed Orb way back in the pack, almost next to last at one point, and I think that's ultimately what won Orb the race, besides the fact that he was the best horse.
Oh, I totally agree that when the gates open, it's all about adjustment. And Orb back early at the top of the stretch circles the field, and Joel Rosario knew at this point that he had dead aim on the leader, Normandy Invasion. I'm sure he wasn't sure that he had anybody coming from behind him, but he knew he had the leaders. All he has to do is keep Orb, who's struggling here. He's tired. They're all tired at this point in the race. Keep him straight, keep him together. Joel Rosario is one of the strongest young riders since Lafitte Pinkai, and boy, does he keep him together entering the stretch. What a year for Joel Rosario. He won the $10 million Dubai World Cup. He wins the Kentucky Derby. He rode this horse in the first 5 races of his career. What a reunion.
And what disappointment also for Johnny Velazquez, who had a choice to ride Verrazano or Orb. He chose to ride Verrazano, and he watches from back in the pack Rosario win it.
Covered with dirt, Joel Rosario doesn't mind a bit, and he is alongside Donna.
Joel Rosario covered with dirt. His horse's head is covered with mud. Joel, what a roll you're on. You won the $10 million Dubai World Cup in March. You just were leading rider at Keeneland, and now you win your first Kentucky Derby. What's this mean to you?
Oh my God, this is awesome, you know. Winning the $10 million Dubai World Cup, and to win the Derby now, it's like more than a dream.
It is like a dream come true. Did you ever imagine that it would feel like it feels?
Well, you know, I'm just so happy now, and thank Stuart McGaughey, you know, I'm so happy for him, you know, now.
Giving Shug his first Derby win too.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, I feel awesome, you know what I mean? And this guy today was so hang, you know, so I was so far behind it, you know, and I just let him be calm and let him be relaxed, and he was available to do it all, so.
So he was relaxed the entire time, just waiting for you?
I'm sorry, what's that?
He was relaxed the entire time, just waiting for you to ask him?
Yes, he was very relaxed. That's exactly what I wanted, you know, because he can get in the toes on time, and you know, he's the man now.
Did you have a perfect trip? Did you ever run into any trouble?
Perfect trip. I was standing outside. I don't want to be too wide, you know, in the first turn, and you know, hoping somebody, you know, tried to push me, you know, in the middle of the middle of the 2.5 mile and push me wide, and then that was perfect.
Well done, Joel. Tom Hammond, Joel Rosario on quite a roll.
Well, athletes get in that zone. He's in one, and so is Orb, who's not too tired to keep from bucking around a little bit as he comes back to the winner's circle. Orb's in a roll too. 5 straight wins for Orb. The 5th, the most important, the Kentucky Derby. Let's go to Kenny Rice.
All right, thank you, Tom. I'm with the winner, Shug McGaughey, a native of Lexington, Kentucky. You've been based in New York, but you're Kentuckian. I asked you before the race, what would it mean? Now that it's happened, what does it mean?
It means everything to me. You know, I'd always dreamed of this day, and it finally came.
And as far as the relationship with the Janney family and the Phipps family, they also get their first Derby.
Well, you're right, you know, and I'm thrilled to death for them. I'm thrilled to death for the people that have put so much time into this horse. And of course, I'm thrilled for me.
You said coming in that you felt good about this as the race was unfolding. When did you start feeling really good that you were going to get those roses?
Around the quarter pole, and then when they left the 8th pole, you know, he's got a little tendency to try to pull himself up, and Joel did a good job of kind of riding him out where he could see that horse that was coming, and you know, then about the 16th pole, it looked like we had it done. When did you think this horse could win the Kentucky Derby? What time this year? Florida Derby. Never before that. I mean, I dreamed of it, but not till the Florida Derby. And now a lot of people are saying congratulations, and you know, a lot of people were rooting for you on the backside, a lot of fellow trainers. What does that mean? That means a lot. I appreciate it very much too. Congratulations. Thank you, Ken. Shug McGaughey, Hall of Fame trainer, Tom, and as you know, he's been waiting a long time to smell those roses.
And fighting back tears as he spoke to you, Kenny. An indication of how much it means to him and to the Phipps and Janneys, as we said, have been such great names in American thoroughbred racing. And to the Claiborne Farm, over 100 years old, where the Janneys and the Phipps keep their bloodstock and have for generations. And here are the payoffs. Orr paying $12.80 to win the Kentucky Derby. Golden Soul, the long shot, paid $38 to place. Revolutionary was third. The $2 exacta paid $981. The dollar trifecta was worth $3,400, and the dollar superfecta $28,500. As Normandy Invasion completing the list there. Orb is the champion of the 139th Kentucky Derby. Joel Rosario, Shug McGaughey, Stuart Janney, Denny Phipps. Congratulations all around for the old school approach to thoroughbred racing. Well, Rosario and Orb heading to the winner's circle after winning the Kentucky Derby. Shug McGaughey helping to lead him in, and here come the garland of roses across the withers of the Kentucky Derby winner, Orb. All right, let's take a look at Orb and how the race began.
Well, as they break from the gate, Orb settles unusually further back than at least I thought he would. But the biggest reason that he is so far back early, he was 15th in this pack, is because these horses were on their way to the 4th fastest first half and first 3 quarters in Derby history. So Joel Rosario, since the fast pace, put Orb back where he wasn't getting bumped around and where he could save some horse, as these front runners were surely to come back through the latter stages of the race. Again, he's not in any trouble, he's not losing much ground, and he's in a perfect spot relative to how fast they're going up front, which very few expected. As they turn for home, at least as they make the bend and turn for home, Joel's already picking off horses. He has to go a little wide here, about 6 wide, but it's okay because he saved a lot of ground in the first turn. Now they straighten up, and he takes dead aim on these horses in the middle of the stretch. Palace Mouse is up there, Oxbow's on the front rail. But Joel Rosario on Orb has calculated his move perfectly, has saved quite enough horse for a long stretch drive. What a decision-making process for him.
And if you look back from behind, Golden Soul and Revolutionary both had rail running trips all the way around. Orb was about 6 horses wide all the way around the second turn. Much the best of those.
As we did predict, Verrazano was stalking the pace in an outward position in the clear with Johnny Velasquez. He had no answer when John asked the question turning for home. He had no repulse when Orb came by. He was done at the top of the stretch.
And that was probably a result of being too close to a radioactive early pace. The top 4 finishers all came from well back in the pack. 4th place, Normandy Invasion. The top 5, Malibu, the 5th place finisher, also rallied from far behind. Any of the horses close to the pace, as you see Palace Malice backing up alongside Verrazano, had absolutely no chance the way this race was run.
Golden Sense was in a position he had never been in before, having been outrun so much by Palace Malice early in the race. Kevin Krieger imploring him to run as he hit the top of the stretch, but he was finished far before this. Struggles home way back in the pack today.
Yeah, he is stopping to a walk right there. Not the way Kevin Krieger, the confident Kevin Krieger, had envisioned it. You see he's basically just pulling up Golden Sense right here before the horses even get to the last 16th of a mile.
Joel Rosario on Orb won this Kentucky Derby by knowing how fast they were going early in the race, putting him back in the pack, saving some ground, had enough left for the finish.
And by sitting on top of a Cadillac.
And Orb, the question of whether he could handle a sloppy track, answered in resounding fashion. Orb is a Malibu Moon colt out of Lady Liberty by Unbridled, bred by the owners, Janney and Phipps. Here's your complete order of finish. Orb, Golden Soul, Revolutionary, and Normandy Invasion make up the superfecta. Then Mylute, Oxbow, so Rosie and Gary Stevens finishing right one behind the other. In lines of battle will take charge Charming Kitten. Giant Finish in the middle of the pack. Overanalyze, Palace Malice, the early pace setter. Java's War, who broke so poorly as is his custom. Verrazano, who faded as you documented. It's My Lucky Day, who got a lot of late money, and money during the middle of the day, didn't do anything at all. Then Crack Daddy, Golden Sense, Vijack, Falling Sky, were the complete order of finish. Falling Sky finishing last.
And of Todd Fletcher's celebrated quintet, he gets a 3rd place finish with Revolutionary.
There he is, the hero of the moment, Orb, piloted by Joel Rosario, resounding winners of the 139th running of the Kentucky Derby. The trophy presentation, let's go to Bob Costas.
All right, Tom, the chairman and CEO of Churchill Downs, Bob Evans, is here, as is the governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Steve Beshear, who will make the presentation of the trophy to the co-owners, Stuart Janney and Denny Phipps.
Bob, there's a lot of great horse races in the world, but the Kentucky Derby is absolutely the greatest right here in the horse capital, the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And we got a great trainer in Shug McGaughey, and we got great owners in Stuart and Denny, but we got a great jockey, most of all a great horse, Orb. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Stuart, only because you're closest to me, you go first.
Well, I think this is a time to reflect on how lucky we are to have a terrific trainer who has done everything the right way with this horse, and we are very, very grateful. And some people said, well, maybe his time has come. I certainly hoped it had, and it did.
Denny?
Oh, and I think that's so right. And we've got Jan Patterson who rides this horse, and Robbie, and Claiborne Farm, and Niall Brennan, and everybody else behind this. It's a wonderful team, and we thank them all.
Congratulations to you both. Standing by now with trainer and jockey, here's Lafitte.
All right, Bob, here with Joel Rosario. Joel, you opted not to ride Orb in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. That could have been disastrous. This is your first time you've ridden him since. How much has he improved?
Well, he's, he showed today he's the man, and he really, every race he run, after he broke the maiden, he looked like he's, more professional. He getting better and better and better, and he showed it today. He was getting much better and better. I was, early in the race, I wanted him to get it to relax, and I was really far back. I said, hopefully they're going fast enough. When I asked to, when this is a tiny goal, he's just, I know he wanted to pong well, but I was saying, maybe I was too far back. I don't know, but he did it so easy, so it's very good. I have to say, thank you to Chu. He gave me the right back, and to his owner. So that was the more exciting thing for me, because like you say, probably give me the shots.
Terrific ride, Joel. Congratulations. Shug, it's a colt that lost his first 3 races. Now he's won 5 straight, a Florida Derby, and a Kentucky Derby winner. How has he improved so dramatically, so rapidly?
Well, I think the first 3 times we had problems with him around the gate. He just kind of lost his race, sort of doing that, even though the first time he ran a bang-up race for all he went through. But, we took him to Florida this winter, and we didn't think we'd be here. It's not what we were planning on, and he just kept coming, and he kept coming. And then after the Fountain of Youth to the Florida Derby, I would go up where he was, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing, time and time again, and it worked out.
Congratulations, everyone. We look forward to seeing you all in Baltimore.